love, a word that makes poets weep and warriors kneel. It's the sun that warms us, the storm that shakes us, and the tide that pulls us under when we least expect it. But what happens when love turns dark? When the very force that promises to make us whole begins to unravel us, piece by fragile piece. Welcome to the shadowy side of love, the part we rarely speak of but all feel. Today, we're diving deep into the labyrinth of love's darker truths. Stay with me, because once you see the other side, you'll never think of love the same way again. Love is a fire. At first, it flickers gently, casting warmth and light, drawing us in like moths. We stand at its edge, feeling its promise, security, passion, purpose. But fires consume. Step too close, and they scorch. And yet, isn't that the risk we take for love? The exhilaration of its heat blinds us to the edges of destruction it hides. Consider this. How often have we chased someone, not for who they are, but for who we wanted them to be? We paint them with our brightest colors, ignoring the shadows they cast. And in doing so, we set ourselves up for the fall. The very thing we thought would complete us begins to hollow us out instead. There's a thin line between love and obsession, isn't there? Love, in its purest form, gives freely. But obsession is a thief. It creeps into your soul, stealing your peace, your clarity, your identity. Obsession is love gone feral, a garden overrun with weeds. It's checking your phone every minute for a text that never comes. It's replaying conversations in your head, analyzing every word, every pause. It's sacrificing yourself on the altar of someone else's indifference. And yet, we justify it. Isn't this what love is supposed to feel like? We ask ourselves. After all, doesn't every great love story come with a dose of madness? But here's the truth. Obsession doesn't just consume love, it consumes you. Here's a paradox. Love, for all its chaos, makes us crave control. We want to own it, define it, make it bend to our will. We craft expectations, timelines, ultimatums, and when love resists, as it always does, we grasp tighter, suffocating the very thing we're trying to protect. Control is a cage. We build it out of fear, fear of losing the person, fear of losing ourselves. But love, true love, doesn't thrive in captivity. It needs space to breathe, to grow, to evolve. And yet, the dark side of love whispers in our ear. If you can just hold on a little tighter, everything will be okay. But it's a lie. The tighter we grip, the faster love slips through our fingers, leaving us clutching nothing but the ghost of what could have been. Here's a secret no one tells you about love. It's a mirror. It reflects the best and worst parts of who we are. The kindness we show, the forgiveness we offer, the patience we extend. Those are all our choices. But so are the jealousy, the insecurity, the resentment. Love forces us to confront the ugliest parts of ourselves. It's like staring into a cracked mirror, seeing fragments of who you are and who you're afraid to become. And sometimes, the darkest part of love isn't about the other person at all. It's about what love reveals about us. Perhaps the darkest truth of all is this. Love often asks us to let go, and letting go feels like dying, doesn't it? It's the unraveling of dreams, the shattering of a shared future. But here's the thing, letting go isn't the end of love. It's an act of love, a love for yourself, for your growth, for the life that's waiting for you beyond the pain. Because love, even in its darkest moments, teaches us. It teaches us resilience. It teaches us to heal. It teaches us that sometimes the greatest act of love is to walk away. Love is messy, raw, and beautifully imperfect. It's not just hearts and flowers, it's scars and lessons. The dark side of love isn't something to fear, it's something to understand. Because without the darkness, we wouldn't recognize the light. So the next time you find yourself lost in love's shadow, remember this: every shadow needs light to exist. And within you, there's a flame that no darkness can extinguish. Nurture it, protect it, and let it guide you. Because while love may have its dark side, it's also the force that reminds us of our humanity and our capacity to rise, even from the ashes. If this resonated with you, if you've ever walked through love's shadow and come out stronger, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments. What's the one thing love has taught you about yourself? And don't forget to subscribe, because we're just getting started on this journey of exploring life's most profound truths. Until next time, take care of your heart, and don't be afraid to face the darkness. It's where we often find the light.